Hey everyone, David Twyble here. Today we're going to look at the hot bus items on this King Air C90. What are hot bus items, you might ask? The hot bus is an electrical power distribution bus that is providing power anytime the battery is connected. So even with the master switch off, we still have hot battery bus items. So let's take a look at the first of interest. The first is this entry step right here by the door. We have a little switch, and that entry step light comes on and allows us to see just a little bit as we board the airplane when it's dark. Now we're going to leave that light switch on, and as we come up into the airplane, we close the door. We see that we pull the door shut and the light is still on. But when we close the handle, the light actually extinguishes. We can turn that off so that we don't drain it in case we forget it. And that's because there's a little micro switch here in this window that we looked at last time. And it's right there, right on the edge of the position arm. And so when that position arm moves out of position, the micro switch opens, and that allows the light to illuminate. Now if we close the handle, that closes the micro switch and it stops flow. Now also of note on our hot bus is going to be the light inside this little window, and we looked in this window last time to determine if the door was secure or not. So that's also on the hot bus. We also have here in the baggage area an aft dome light, and this light allows us to see while we're loading cargo. Now the remaining hot bus items are up front, and most of them are going to be over here on this fuel panel here on the left side. So our first items are going to be our fuel firewall shutoff valves. We can open these protective covers and close them. So we just closed the firewall shutoff valves, which keeps fuel from getting from the engines or from the fuel tanks to the engines. Now we can test if these actually worked with the battery master switch off by turning on the boost pumps, which are also on our hot battery bus. And then we come up here and we turn on the master switch, and we verify that our low fuel pressure lights on the left and the right side illuminate. And they did. So that tells us that the firewall shutoff valves closed while we had the master switch off. So we can turn our boost pumps off. If you listen on a quiet day, you can hear those boost pumps running. Close our covers. And then our final item is going to be the crossfeed valve, which we can put in the on position. And we come up and we see we have a low fuel crossfeed light on, even though the master switch is off. Now we do have one final item on the hot battery bus worth mentioning, and that is battery relay control. So on most airplanes, the master switch is actually where the power is flowing through to get to the other buses, but on the King Air that's not the case. We hit the master switch, and that operates relays through solenoids, which actually allow power into the buses themselves. So battery relay control is one, and then on this particular King Air we have our map lights wired to the hot battery bus. So those are your hot battery bus items on a King Air C90, and they are what you will have when all else fails. So until next time, fly safe.